it's really hard to find, or I guess to maybe rediscover your authenticity when you have so much noise around you. And I
Mhm.
actually wrote that all down when you have social media constantly telling you that you're not enough. And for me, it's like it goes into one of your ants, right? So your automatic negative thoughts. And my number one, because I love that you have the little accountability exercises throughout the book. It makes you pay extra attention and then honest and like do a self-evaluation as you're reading, which I think is
Mhm.
super helpful. Um, so mine, I mean, I fall into this all the time, and I think it probably happens for people who spend a lot of time on social media, which is comparing or saying I'm not enough, and then
Mhm.
seeing these metrics, like these external figures that are saying you're not enough because you're like, well, I only got this many views and they got this many views, right? It's terrible for your self esteem. And then it gets really easy to try to tweak the version of yourself to get more engagement, and then you're kind of giving away pieces of yourself and your authenticity in doing so. So it's like, how do you take the feedback constructively without sacrificing your authenticity?
Wow, that's a big question.
Mhm.
I mean, my where my mind goes when we having this conversation is, I believe we could have everyone has a to do list, right? And I think we should work like like really focused and relentlessly on building a not to do list.
Mhm.
Certain things that you don't want to put your energy towards.
Mhm.
It's easy to say, don't compare yourself to others. But part of how we identify ourselves is how we stand out, and how we fit in, right? And
Mhm.
interesting, as a child thinking about it, I haven't really thought about it, but I desire to fit in, but we also have this desire to also stand out. Um, when it comes to caring what other people think, I really do believe fundamentally, how we present ourselves, it takes a lot of energy, right? Like it's like all this energy we sometimes put into what the image we want to put out there, right? And then there's this more energy also put into the person that we're afraid people will, like we fear people are going to see. And then maybe there's another energy body like ourselves. So it's like our energy is split like three different places, and people wonder why they feel burnt out or they just feel exhausted, all the
Mhm.
time. And when it comes to fueling yourself, if we fuel our life with the opinions and expectations of those around us, both positive and negative, I'll say it on both sides,
Mhm.
then we're going to probably run out of gas, right? Because it's not very sustainable. And
Mhm.
it's nobody has the right necessarily to define who we are, right? And I think that it's easy to say, but the only opinion about ourselves and our dreams, that counts is ourselves. And I think we do ourselves a disservice when we let the noise of other people's opinions and expectations distort our own reality. It subverts our own thoughts. It drowns out our own true voice of who we are. And I'm not saying we don't learn from other people and get mentors, but no, owning that we are, you know, we and we alone are 100% responsible for our life.
Mhm.
And so it's not easy. Like there's a lot of things are very simple, but but they're be also that difficult. And so comparison is a challenge because when we overthink or we have self judgment, I really feel like we talk about it in the book, like digital depression,
Mm.
where we're constantly comparing ourselves to the highlight trailer of, the people there. And sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because of the filter they're using, or there's a lot of artificial turf online also as well. But the
Mhm.
truth is, it's greener, where we water it and where we nurture it and what we nourish flourishes, right?
Mhm.
So, my thing is, because it's easy, with when, as you build following and everything to really feel like that's life. For me, honestly, social media, it's not because I'm so enlightened. It stresses me out, honestly. So I
Mhm.
spend, very less and less time over the years on it. Um, but I would say if you're going to use comparison, the person we should be comparing ourselves to is, uh, just ourselves, who we were yesterday,
Mhm.
or maybe comparing yourself to the best version of yourself. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress, right? It's about the consistent
Mhm.
effort that you bring every single day
Mhm.
that lead to incremental changes in our life. because I think little by little, a little becomes a lot, and that's how winning happens, right? That's how transformation happens.